Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. An 8 of Wands comes out first, volunteer card. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, then this is your tarot reading. All right. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general tarot reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a couple of 8s. Now we've got an 8 of Cups and we've got an 8 of Wands, right? So there's kind of, we're battling fire and water. We're kind of, I think it's one day we're very excited, one day we're kind of down in the dumps, right? Let's see what else is going on, though. Let's see how we can stabilize this energy. Let's see how we can use our alchemy to marry the fire and the water together rather than these two kind of fighting, rather than us alternating kind of between them, right? See what else we've got. We're going to put a third card on here, and that is perfect. Ace of Swords. That is the reconciliation of these two. Right? It's kind of fire and water creates steam, yes, but that steam also can be clarity. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. Empress energy. Oh, wow. We've got some deep water with the Queen of Cups, a 5 of Cups, and the Lover's card. Interesting. The Lover's card is the idea of marriage, right? Of marrying the two together. So that's really, I think that's a very good synchronicity, very good message from Spirit. Doesn't mean you're getting married, unless that's something you want, then maybe it does. The Lover's card doesn't usually even mean romance, okay? It means the marriage of two things together, usually yourself with yourself, capital S, or you with an idea, you with your purpose, you with, God, goddess, deity. So we've got a Knight of Pentacles, an Emperor, very nice. A 6 of Wands, and finally, the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. You've got the vision of what you want to create, and then you create it, and you get to understand it and feel it and look back on it as something really crucial. I think you are going to be looking back on today, or this recent period of time in your life, right? Especially when we had this fire and water duality about us. You're going to look back on this period of time and think that was absolutely necessary, because in some way it purified you, right? And prepared you for this kind of magical, mystical, alchemical marriage, and allowed you to manifest fire to earth, right? Fire to earth. Allowed you to manifest your will, I think this is going to be the best year of your life. I think the next, because of that ace, I feel like it's got that 11-month kind of vibe to it. I think the next year or so, the rest of 2024 is going to be your year. I think it really is going to be an increase in this understanding that you kind of need the emotions, the difficult emotions, to help to temper your fire. Yeah. And marrying these two, heart and mind, right? The heart and mind, we've got air, we've got water, and it feels that way too with the 8 of Wands here, because it's not so much the thoughts that are out of whack, but it's like, we start to feel demotivated. We start to feel discouraged. Yeah, so it's a blending together of this ambition, this enthusiasm, this zeal, this excitement, and then this kind of hopeless, pessimistic kind of feeling, right? Marrying those together, and I think it's very important that you have both of those. And you will be looking back at today and thinking, yeah, that it was necessary for me to go through those feelings, to go through those doubts and those, even the questions and those feelings of sometimes being demotivated. It's important to experience the fluctuation of emotions. It helps to purify us, right? Let's select the mystery card before I forget. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we are just going to, maybe that one. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end of this tarot reading. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, or you have a hunch, put your hunch down in the comments. Yeah, let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Now let's take a look around the room one more time. We've got our major arcana. 1, 2, 3. Very good. See, it's interesting too. We've got the Emperor and the Empress, and we've got their wedding, right? And it's not gender specific. We're just talking about the complementary energies. I'd even consider them opposite energies. I feel that they are complementary. So what I'm initially feeling is that you are coming together with your purpose. That you are marrying yourself to this idea that you are on the right path, that you are doing the right thing, that it will succeed, and that you will prosper, and this is the right path for you. Okay? We had some recent readings for you that to me kind of indicated that we were just kind of getting started aligning with our purpose. We were just starting to really figure it out. Yeah. And as you progress, there will be moments where we just kind of feel like, what am I doing? This doesn't feel right. Okay? There's going to be moments of doubt. There's going to be moments of pessimism, moments of despair and hopelessness. Sorry to say it, it's going to happen. Happens to all of us, right? Well, as they say, it happens to the best of us. Yeah. So be prepared for a lot of mixed emotions as you go forward. And just because one day it's feeling just really awful doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, right? It doesn't mean that for some reason you're not on the right path or that you somehow failed. It's not an evaluation of your worth or of your work, right? And we've got this clarity right in the middle, and I think this is really perfect because this shows that as time goes on, you're understanding more and more about your life, about your path, about who you are. But more importantly, you're not putting too much importance on the fluctuating emotions, that you're not identifying with them, right? That you're not clinging to them and thinking, I am this failure, I am this sadness, I am this hopelessness. No, you're not. This is clarity. This is a card that doesn't need all the answers. This is an energy that says, this is how I feel today. That's all right. I don't like it. It'll pass. Right? This is a recognition that when you're up here at this level of the atmosphere, you're up here in outer space, you're in the stratosphere, right? Everything below you is just weather. Right? I don't know. I think that phrase came to me in the last Aquarius reading. Maybe it was Sagittarius. But it's true. And I think this is a height that we work our way up to, right? Where we still feel the emotions. You got to feel how you feel. You don't fight it. Let it flow. Feel it. Let it pass. Don't identify. Don't cling to it. Right? That's the key. That's the message here. And I'm really in love with the fact that we've got both the Empress and the Emperor, and we have their kind of mystic alchemical marriage here. We have this wedding. And so to me, it really is a marriage of your ambition, your executive function, and your heart, your soul, right? A marriage of soul and spirit, a marriage of your destiny, your desire, and your ability to execute it. Fire to earth, fire to earth. That's what we always talk about on this channel, fire to earth. And that's manifestation, right? Fire to earth. It's the spiritual energy reaching manifestation. It's your spiritual energy reaching manifestation. Fire to earth. I know I go through this whole spiel every time we get cards like this, but it's important. you know? And there's new people watching all the time, so I feel like everybody needs to hear it. It's going from will to action, from idea to implementation, right? From impulse to behavior, from above to below, from inside to outside, fire to earth, fire to earth. And what usually prevents that, right? If something gets in the way of our process of creation, fire to earth, it's going to be our thinking and our feeling. In your case, I think it's mostly the feeling, right? I think your thoughts are steady. You believe in what you're doing. You know what you're doing. But we can't help how we feel sometimes, right? And sometimes the water energy or the air energy can act as a resistor in that circuit of creation from fire to earth, right? The air and the water in the middle, it kind of interferes with the perfect connection. So what we've really got to do is use our enlightened thinking, use our clear head to understand what these emotions are and to let them be, to let them come and go, and to really work on harmonizing ourselves internally so that we can continue to manifest our best life, right? I think this is going to be the most successful year of your life. In whatever you're doing, I think things are really coming together. Everything is going to just marry together perfectly, right? Whether it's you and another person romantically, whether it's a business thing, a career thing, you and the job, you and the company, you and the industry. Maybe you're retired. Maybe this is more just kind of finding your place in your community, in your life, in whatever kind of creative world you're entering. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you're manifesting. I don't see any details of it. It kind of feels to me, since we've got the court cards, right? The Knight and the Queen of Pentacles, it's whatever you want it to be. You know, this is the energy that says that it's not so much what you're doing, but just the fact that you're doing it, you know? So I don't see what you're creating as always something physical, or it's like a house, or it's some kind of a contract. No, it's whatever you put your effort and spirit into, you're going to be able to manifest it. Yeah. So it's really this kind of original source power that we have, and then it's up to you how you apply it, right? It's up to you how you apply it. So, where were we? We have our major arcana energies. We've got our fire, which I think is fantastic. We've got our water, got a little bit of air, and we've got our earth. The air is perfect. The air is the only swords I really like to see is the ace. Because that's a clear mind. There's nothing for us to figure out. There's nothing for us to discover. There's no facts that we have to find. There's no data we have to uncover, and nothing we need to know, right? It's just a matter of keeping our mind focused and clear and calm and committed to what we're doing, even when we start to feel a certain way about it, right? Even when that's kind of what's going on. There seems to be an older female energy around you right now, and I don't know if it's somebody that's passed. I kind of feel like it's somebody that used to be in your life but is no longer. So I don't know if that means they have transcended the physical plane or if they are just kind of not in your life anymore. They may have a name that starts with the letter D. I don't know, Diane, Dana, something like that. Dolores, I don't know. But I feel like there was a really deep emotional connection with that person. Really the deep waters here, right? And I think it wasn't always a pleasurable experience, wasn't always happy, you know. It was a very dynamic relationship. There was a lot of depth there. There was a lot of really, really, really good times and good energies. And then there were some, not so good energies. Also, who had the birds? Was this the person that had the birds in your family? I feel like they had a lot of those, what are the small, not parakeets, small, finches. Do they have a lot of finches in a cage? Someone had the birds in your family, and I don't know if it's that person. Sometimes these details come through as confirmation, as validation of the energy we're in, but also as synchronicities for some of you. Now, not all of you. And if these aren't your details, that's okay. Just leave them for the next person, okay? But that person I feel like is still with you kind of in spirit. And it may be a mom, it may be a grandma, it may be an ancestor. I do feel it's a female energy. I feel there's a real closeness there. It feels like a family thing. But for whatever reason, they're not in your life anymore. And I don't know if they have transcended or if there was just some sort of a split. Or maybe it's just the two of you live at quite a distance to each other, like different continents. Is that what it is? And so there's no physical presence, but the person is still with you, like still very supportive of you, right? I feel like it's a very supportive kind of maternal energy, even though the two of you didn't always get along, right? So let's talk about the Eight of Wands, I guess, first. This is a lot of potential. This is really like your battery is stored up with this creative energy, and now you just need that current of you just need the circuitry, right, to activate this thing. So we have the fire, it just needs to connect with earth, and that's kind of what we're seeing bookending the fire right here. Also, I feel Capricorn is an important sign for you. Do you have Capricorn, maybe rising, or maybe your moon is Capricorn, or maybe there's a significant person in your life who is a Capricorn person, okay? The Eight of Wands is a lot of this creative juice stored up, and we are just doing what we do to manifest it, right? I think it's running into a little bit of this water energy that kind of is blocking it a little bit, but we're getting through that, right? Slowly but surely, we're overcoming these doubts and these mixed emotions and these days of just feeling lost and hopeless, right? It doesn't matter how good of work you're doing, how successful you are, you'll have days where it's just like, this is all wrong. Let's persist through that, right? Let's just keep using this battery to fuel this earth energy, whatever this project, whatever this life, this business, whatever it is, right? Let's keep doing it. A lot of possibilities here. And this is really some creative energy that's not running out. Yeah. That you are, I think, really transforming your life. I wouldn't be surprised if the mystery card is going to be either the Eon Strength card or the Death card. Either Eon, Strength, or Death. Yeah. Because I feel like you're really going like, well, kind of over the rainbow here, right? I wonder if rainbows are a very significant symbol for you. Maybe there's some synchronicity there as far as some dream symbolism or just something that kind of seems to be popping up a lot for you is that rainbow imagery. Yeah. Because I feel like you're kind of going over the rainbow there. You're creating this new world for yourself, for your loved ones. You really have a strong sense of purpose. And that has a lot to do with this Empress energy that is deep within you. You are the creator of your life. You are the one that nurtures and sustains your life. You are the emperor and the empress. Now, for some of you, this is going to indicate a really serious relationship coming your way. And I don't do romantic readings. I don't do love readings. These readings are life readings. So if romance pops in, if there's a marriage or a partnership that pops up in a reading, that's part of life, right? It may not be part of your life, and that's fine. Leave this for the next person, you know. But there is this feeling that really it's going to be it's going to be like a match made in heaven. It's going to be a soulmate situation. And it's going to be one that the two of you together are like a power couple, like unstoppable. Probably even entering into some sort of business with this person. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be that there is just this perfect match of energy, and it's a business partner, or it's something along those lines, a creative collaborator or something. Yeah, we definitely have this idea of a union. Yeah. And I think fundamentally it's a union of yourself with your purpose, and it is a bond that cannot be broken. So when we see the Lover's card, I say, do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on what you're doing. No matter what you feel, no matter how your water energy might fluctuate. And we see that you are a very deep person. Now, maybe this isn't an older female energy for all of you. This is a representation of how deep the waters run in you. Yeah. And I think it's good that there's some movement in your waters. Still waters run deep, right? And we need to churn this water up so that you can bring a lot of this unconscious material to the surface and then maybe let it go, right? Maybe because the Lover's card, it is the kind of alchemical wedding. It is the marriage, right? But when we have this kind of union, we make this choice and this commitment. It means just out of necessity that we're excluding other things. I'm choosing this, which means I'm not choosing that. So we need to know what that is. So it's really good that you're having these fluctuating emotions. It's good that you have good days and bad days and that we're aware of this. Now, it's important to maintain the Ace of Swords so we don't get attached to any of these feelings. But we're like churning up. You know, if you, I don't know, you make lemonade, right, out of the powder stuff. You stir it up a little bit, but then all the powder kind of sinks down to the bottom. Yeah. We've got to stir that stuff up again, right? So we can either integrate it, incorporate it, or we can just kind of scoop it out and throw it away. You know, I think we're dissolving it, yeah, which is another alchemical process. We have to stir up the emotions so that it can be integrated again. Otherwise, we don't feel it, we don't think about it, it stays submerged, only to kind of pop out and, and scare us when we're not ready. So we need this, okay? And that's what the Five of Cups is. We're stirring the emotions. We're stirring the glass of lemonade or whatever to dissolve all of this, all of the emotional energy that's there. And it may be related to an older female person, this mother figure, but maybe not, okay? Let's go to the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really appreciate that. We're almost at 200K. I never believed we could grow this much. And it really is because of all of you. And I am very thankful. Yeah, we're doing this together, you know. So, the Knight of Pentacles. Now we get into the manifestation. We know what we got to go through to do it, and this is what we're doing. The Knight of Pentacles is the one that has the vision of the future. You see, this person is looking at the future, and what they're looking at is really the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe the mystery card will be that Ten of Pentacles. You know what kind of life you want. You can see like your house, your car, your job, your friends, family, your pets, plants, your people. You know what you want. Yeah, you know how it's going to feel. You know, you have details, right? You got the details of it. And this is really part of this is the first part, really. We've got to know what we're building. We've got to know what we want. So this is the card that can look at the blank canvas and just like, oh yeah, I can see everything that's going to be here. It's going to look nice, you know. You've got that vision of like the finished product. But keep in mind that we have to sometimes revisit this card and have that vision again. And it may look different. And it may always be kind of changing. It's not going to stay the same. There is no energy that is really stagnant, right? All energy is either in flux or preparing to be in flux or has just gotten out of flux. And this is one that is, you know, it seems like a static picture now, but we close our eyes, we look at it again, it's going to change, it's going to be different. It's like the photograph in Back to the Future. And this is the card that realizes everything we do now is changing that picture, right? Just like Back to the Future. Every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating our future self and our future life. If we keep that in mind, then we'll always try to do the right thing, which is whatever's going to give us the best picture, you know, whatever's going to create the best picture for us in the future, or what we believe would create the best version of ourselves and the best picture for the future, right? So we're very careful with our thoughts, words, and deeds. We're very careful with what we marry ourselves to. Yeah. And this is the card of choice. Yeah. Choose wisely, really, is the idea. Next card being the Emperor, that is your executive function. This is you really like pulling the strings of things. And I wonder, did someone in your family do like, I don't know, maybe puppets or like those, what are they called? With the strings, the marionettes? I feel like somebody was a puppeteer of sorts. Maybe it's a metaphor. I feel like somebody literally did that, though. I don't know if it was you or just someone that you knew, kind of had that hobby or that skill. Maybe they turned it into maybe it really became a lucrative career. I don't know if that's a thing, but it seems like it could be. Anyway, the Emperor energy. This is your executive function. This is you literally pulling the strings in your life and getting things done. Taking this kind of this vision, this soul that you have, right, and really putting it to work, right? Doing the work that's going to sustain this. This is another way to look at the fire to earth. If we think this is the spiritual fire, then this is the Mother Earth. Yeah. So it's kind of, we've got the same dynamic here in this marriage that we see here and here and here and here. Yeah. And of course, we don't forget about the battery that's fueling all of it. This is really your practical, creative energy. You're a good idea machine, really, with this Eight of Wands. I love that. So the Emperor, a very important card. It could be talking about a father figure. It is in the position of the environment. So I don't know if you have an older male energy that is literally like physically with you right now, an older male energy. It could be representing that. If there's something significant about their face. I don't know if it's a hair, if it's a scar, or if it's something they wear, like they wear something on their face. Something like that, yeah. Anyway, Six of Wands is coming next. This is Victory. This is usually the position of the card we don't want. This is usually the position of the obstacle. I feel like this is kind of, this is the energy that comes up to a 6 and goes down, comes up to a 6 and goes down. It's this process here that's just kind of flowing. It's like one of those strongman hammer things where you hit the thing and it rings the bell, We're just going up and down. It's hitting it up and down. Because the 6 is really everything that you overcome, every marriage, right? Every choice, every decision, every thought, word, and deed, essentially. But primarily every dealing with the emotional energy, in your case right now, every instance of this, every moment with this water energy is a victory. And it may not feel like a victory. It may feel like a loss. It may feel like you failed. It may feel like, here I am in this mood again. But every thought, word, and deed teaches you something about yourself. Yeah, and that's the real meaning of the Six of Wands, self-knowledge. Every moment we take, every moment we experience, every thought, literally every thought, word, and deed, every single thing we do, every beat of our heart, every breath we take, is a victory over, the gravity that's trying to crush us, right? The weight of our own bodies and muscles and stuff that's trying to just squeeze your lungs. Every breath is a triumph over that constrictive force in us, right? The gravity or whatever that crumples our lungs up, deflates them. And just every moment we're alive is a victory over like gravity that's trying to squish us, right? Thankfully for the bones in our bodies, yeah. What is the connection with the bones? Did you break a bone recently, or did somebody that recently have a break in I feel like it's a long bone, like it's a humerus, it's a femur, something like that. Long bone was broken. I'm not predicting anything in the future. This is something already happened. And I'm not diagnosing anything. I'm not a medical professional by any means, although I was an EMT for a short period of time. That's a different story for a different day. My point is, every moment is a victory. And something that I've heard a lot is every moment above ground is a victory, right? Kind of a morbid phrase, but I like it. It stuck with me. I actually think it was my dad that first said that to me back in the day. So anyway, this is kind of this is the courage, this is the confidence that we need to maintain, right? It's not always going to be there. Some days we're going to be down in this water energy, stirring up that lemonade. But we can remind ourselves through the clarity of our mind that every moment is a victory. You're learning about yourself, you're doing this, this is going to be literally the best, 10, 11 months of your life, right? Really is. And the Queen of Pentacles at the end, well, this is you sitting happily on your throne, enjoying the success that you are still creating, but being able to look back at the past and understand it all. This is your future self looking into the past. And remember, this card was you now looking in the future. This is you then looking back to now, right? It's a little confusing. It's a little back to the future. I love Michael J. Fox, by the way. He's a big fan of the channel, so I've heard. Looking back and understanding the importance of what you've been through in your life. Understanding, like even in those moments that feel like sheer agony, you can look back at those and think, yeah, that was agony. But I'm here. I made it. And that really did teach me a lot about myself, about what I'm capable of, about who I am, right? So it's a real like distillation, right? Another alchemical term. A real distillation of your past experiences into those little kernels of wisdom, right, for you to carry with you into the next round of your kind of future, projection. So this is really wonderful energy. Let's do the mystery card now before I kind of run out of time here. I try to keep the readings at around 30 minutes, but they've been going longer and longer. And, it happens that way when a lot of stuff is coming through. I don't know what I want in this position because we don't need anything. So we could get a confirmation through the major arcana. Any of them, right? Maybe the Death card, maybe the Luster Strength card, maybe the Eon Judgment card, maybe the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Oh, a Page of Pentacles. Yeah, that's nice. I like the Page of Pentacles. Again, it's kind of like, in a very silly way, we have this marriage, right? And I'm not getting into any kind of social philosophy or political stuff. I'm not that. This isn't that channel. We have this marriage, right, between Emperor and Empress. And what is produced by this marriage is your ability to create this kind of world, right, that you're building. And then it's very interesting, because this is major arcana, right? This is like the spiritual archetype. But then in a very practical way, we've got a mother and a father and a child, right? And again, it's not gender specific. I'm not trying to say whatever kind of political commentary. We have these two kind of complementary forces, the future and the past, creating right now. The child is right now. And the child, the Page of Pentacles, is you finding the magic in the mundane, finding the extra in the ordinary, right? And so this is the result of that. The marriage of future and past is right now, this moment. So we're saying this is going to be the best year of your life, but it's happening in every moment. You know what I mean? Like already in this moment, this is the best year of your life. And then as we keep going, some days there's going to be more or less water. Some days the lemonade's going to be needed. You're maybe going to have to even just put it aside for the day. But this is that infinite moment that is the result of the union between all of this energy. This is the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah. This is the Philosopher's Stone. This is the best reading I've ever had for you. I don't want it to end. That's how I feel right now. But we have to end. We have to do the extended. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that should be up here in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, but I'm here every day. You can come on back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.